Peace, love, strength, and power, royal family. This is another edition of Late Bloomer, part 13. I'm in my 20th week of learning the art of boxing, and I've seen some improvements. I'm critiquing myself, and sharing my growth. So I'm like 46, and I'll say about 185 pounds, maybe a little more. But I am losing weight because I think I started it pretty heavy. So I'm trying to get down to 175. So I'm noticing I'm getting my bop back. I had it when I started and I lost it because you big and you can't maintain that bop, that bounce, that pep in your step. But the more you weight I lose, the more I see it. But right now I'm focusing on, simply keeping my form. When I say keeping my form, I mean, the technique, bringing your hands back, when you put it out there, bring it back fast, stay in your defense, turn your hips, all of those things you have to train yourself to do, unconsciously. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, just learn. And also trying to switch, to Southpaw and still be comfortable. And I'm seeing a lot of issues with it. For one, I don't put my weight on my left foot. I'm not comfortable. I can see I'm not comfortable, and I'm not turning my hips from the left side. So those are things I have to work on. And I'm also not bouncing as much because I'm uncomfortable fighting from that side. But if you notice it, you can fix it. So I notice it, and I'm gonna fix it. I'm not technically, hitting the bag like most people usually hit the bag. They're a little more stationary. I like to move around. The great Bernard Hopkins, executioner, made a statement. He said, the way you hit the bag is the way you box. So I take that statement, and I take it to heart. So I move. I'm always moving. I'm always trying to change angles because that's important. Being able to change angles and make it fluent. Being able to move without moving. It's just a flow. And you're constantly able to avoid a punch, but you're avoiding the punch puts you in a situation where you can attack. So yeah, taking defense and converting into offense, and vice versa, taking offense and it becoming defense when time is necessary. So everything has to be a flow, and I move around the bag like that, and I also am able to do it in the ring, surprisingly. That's one thing I realized I wasn't doing before. I wasn't swaying, getting into a rhythm, comfortably swaying back and forth, not keeping your head, in the line of attack, moving. It's harder to hit a moving target. So I kind of lost that a couple of weeks in a row and just realized I was missing it. So now it's trying to reprogram my mind to do it again, to constantly sway, comfortably. I try to fashion it after the great Joe Frazier. You know, the way his head movement was just ridiculous. It was so hard to hit him, and his defense was his offense. And that left hook was gonna put you on your ass. So yeah, I'm trying to mimic that, but that's almost impossible. That man was something different. That's also something I'm focusing on now, is being able to shift weights, a slip shift, um, where you completely change the angle. Now using it during an actual sparring session is something different, you know, but when a person swing, you go under that punch or you avoid it or you slip it and you actually shift that weight, yeah, that's gonna require a lot of practice, but it's doable. I mean, if you could comfortably doing, yeah, you're gonna be a problem. I started to use the bell because it allows me to actually gauge how long I am, you know, expending energy. I put it for 3 rounds, 1 minute rest. So it kind of could give me a better idea, you know, how long I'm fighting. Of course, with my age, nobody's going 3 rounds anymore at this age. But sparring these young cats, they don't have no time limit. They'll go straight 3 rounds without no breaks. So yeah, I'm not there yet. Maybe won't be there for a while. I don't record much of my sparring, just to be fair to the other people I'm sparring. You know, they're in here learning as well. And considering I'm a little older, you know, my punches hurt a little more, so I don't get in there and try to box them too often because, you know, they're in their boxing, learning process, and you know, I'm a pretty heavy hitting dude, so I don't be trying to spar them too often. But I do get in there with them and toss it up. So pause. Yeah, you can visually see it just uncomfortable from that side, and I don't like that. I'm gonna make myself comfortable where it's just a mirror image of you actually standing in, you know, your right hand stance. So yeah, I'm gonna get it. I don't like that it looks so uncomfortable and so stiff, but I'm gonna figure it out.